Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a new channel. I haven't ever watched anything from him before. Guy here by the name of Zach Ricos. Why my college degree is useless. People regret paying for school. And we've already done a couple of these student loan related videos, so I'm guessing it's related to useless degrees and people who got degrees that really don't make any money, or the only way for the degree to get you to make money from the degree is literally just teaching more people that degree. I'm guessing there will be a handful of those. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. Hit the like button down below, get subscribed, and we'll begin.
I got a soil biology PhD, and now I'm a tutor and a babysitter and a dog sitter.
I know my degree was...
Yeah, I'm gonna wait it back this one up. Cause, her here, she's like, I got a soil degree. I'm a babysitter and a dog sitter now. It's like, why don't you go find something that you can use your degree to make money with?
I know my degree was in Chicano Studies and film.
This is the one I reference all the time.
What? Chicano Studies.
Yeah, she could have gone to fucking Google for this one. She could have watched 2 or 3 YouTube videos and probably gotten about the same level of information she got in her class.
Today, I'm graduating from Columbia University with a degree in film.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
The same type of jobs you could get before you get a degree in film.
So today we're going to be taking a look at something we touched on a little bit when we're talking about the job market and student debt, and that is the college degree, and seemingly how worthless so many of them have become in this climate. When everyone graduates with the same piece of paper, it's not nearly as special as what it used to be. The bar then gets raised when we're talking about job listings. Everyone needs a bachelor's, then everybody needs a master's. Then on top of it, you need years of experience just for the same low pay that we've all seen. And I'm just currently talking about degrees that most people would say are worthwhile to get. So when you get a degree in basket weaving or all the jokes that we've seen online before, you are just making your life exponentially harder. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's start.
Speaking of the comments down below, leave your thoughts throughout the video. Maybe, start a comment and continue watching, go back, add more to your comment. I've done that a few times, especially with some of those Caleb Hammer financial audits, just because of how long they are. Also, let me know if you want me to react to one of those sometime. I see every single one of them as they come out, basically, so I'll be one of the first to watch it with and post it up. So, of course, my videos are ahead of time. They're scheduled. They all come out exactly the same time each day. So if I do one of his, it'll still come out a little after theirs, but reasonably timed. Anywho, some of these people are just getting bullcrap degrees, and yeah, he's right. It gets to the point where jobs are like, okay, so everybody has that little degree. All of a sudden, we're hiring people that say they have all these qualifications, but they're not that good, because maybe the degree they got isn't necessarily related to the job we have, so they might not know a bunch of stuff, but our job didn't necessarily require the degree in the first place, but because of the requirements, we added one. And now all of a sudden you got someone who doesn't really care about the position. I think that happens a lot.
Start off with a very popular clip going around recently with a very interesting PhD choice.
Getting crushed by capitalism is like so cringe, but it's like it's happening to me.
Getting crushed by capitalism. I would love to have her go on Financial Audit and see if she's actually getting crushed by capitalism or if she just spends her money in a stupid way. Does she have a bad car payment? Is her rent too much? Is her, her overall debt payments, her monthly minimum debt payments, too much for what she makes? Does she need to make more money? Does she need to, go do some debt consolidation or bankruptcy to make the numbers make sense again? But that can create a spiral. It's really interesting. I'd love to see the more in-depth part that I bet you she won't go into in her TikTok.
And And like, I got a PhD from Berkeley, and like, I can't get a job to save my life. Like, I got a soil biology PhD.
Great. Let's go to some areas and, look into the soil of it. You could make between, decent careers with some of that. Let's see why she's struggling.
And like, now I'm a tutor and a babysitter and a dog sitter. And like, part of that is because like, I don't want to like move to some random place in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, so you mean the degree you got that's related to moving to some random place in the middle of nowhere, potentially, isn't what you want to do, but that's literally what you went to school for? Now, we call this a special kind of stupid.
I don't know. I feel like there are definitely issues when it comes to capitalism, but you willingly choosing a soil biology PhD and then being shocked at how difficult it is to find a job along with not wanting to move out of your local area doesn't really seem like a capitalism problem to me. And as you could see the creator turning off the comment section for this video, you could understand the reaction most.
If you are a creator and you turn your comments off and you're not literally a kids creator, a channel creating content for kids, if you turn your comments off and your viewers are adults, you're a pussy. Fuck you. You turn those shit back on. You take all the criticism, and if all of a sudden everybody thinks you're a piece of shit, maybe you are. And maybe you use that, rethink your life, rethink the choices you've made up to this point in your life, and you adjust yourself.
People had, but there is a little bit of a part 2 to the story.
I feel so stupid for listening to everyone in my life who said that if you follow your passions, the money will come. Because I got like a whole ass PhD in soil biology because everybody eats, right? Everybody like wears clothes. And I thought that like sustainability was important or whatever. And now like, where are the jobs?
I don't
Yeah, she could find some kind of job in environmental science making between 83 and 125K a year. Be easily making it by in even some of the more expensive cities in the US. She could easily make it, build a strong retirement income with that, or retirement with that, with the income that she has, even at the starting income for that. If she's got all the qualifications already, she can do, an environmental consultant, a soil scientist, agricultural specialist, research assistant scientist, soil technician, hydrologist, wetland scientist. But if she doesn't want to move, she basically paid for a thing that she doesn't want to use because she doesn't want to go to the places that give that job.
No, I feel
so
like
strange.
That probably should have been researched before you got a doctorate, what the potential job market looked like for your degree. I think this also goes along with a comment from one of you guys. My grandmother always told me to do what you're good at, not what you love. Within a few years, you'll end up hating what you love. Make enough money with what you're good at so you could do what you love as a hobby. How many times have we all heard follow your passion and you'll never work a day in your life? That's most likely the case in today's world because you'll be unemployed, but unfortunately following your passion has put you into 5 or 6 figures worth of student debt and no job at the end of the road. We have another clip up on screen here.
If your student loans are greater than the salary you'll make in the first year at the job out after it, you took out too much debt.
For some reason, when they all told me
I'm not saying that to 100% take everything you earn and pay it off right away, because that's not how that works. Just pay your regular, the regular 10-year or 20-year, depending on the degree, whatever, for student loan payoff with that kind of job. It's like common sense, I think.
Degrees are useless and no one's getting hired. I didn't think it would apply to me. So many people think that they're the exception and not the rule. Currently in fashion,
if you don't want to be the rule, as he said, the main, part of the group that can't get the job, make yourself stand out.
school, and from what I've noticed from my own professors, you really can't get anywhere if you don't take that first unpaid internship from hell and connect with your boss's boss, and then at the same time have an actual job to pay your rent, and then also somehow be heavily involved on campus. It really seems impossible to me. I asked you guys, do you know someone with a degree that they don't use? And there were a lot of comments. 90% of the people that graduated, film degree, now I'm a CNA. Yeah, my ex-wife.
Well, film degree really only has a few options that you can actually do anything related with that. Theater degree is basically the same thing. You know, I don't think you need to go to college unless you're doing doctor, engineer, lawyer, or, you know, vet, animal doctor, etc. It's like, if it's related to those kind of fields, any level of the engineering, any level of the doctor, all the way from nursing to vet to brain surgeon, it's every level of it.
I know someone who had a full ride scholarship to a 4-year college. They got a degree in English and now work for minimum wage. Me, I got a master's.
English degree, right. Unless you plan to go teach English, you shouldn't do that.
In marketing, research, and analytics. An acquaintance wants degree in zoology. Medical coding, $15,000 so you could get a customer service job. I have a psychology degree. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. My friend has a pharma degree. College of Pharmacy cost $140,000 and worked as a pharmacist a little bit, but he quit because it sucked.
How did it take you $140,000 to figure out that the job you're taking the debt on for is not going to be for you? How did it take you that long? Like, I have no idea how some of these people can look at what the job may entail and it's at its worst. So there's a lot of people who wouldn't try a lot of jobs if they're like, oh my god, that is awful, I never want to get even the chance of having to do that. Like, I got some stories back from my McDonald's days that might not make anybody want to ever work there again, but they made me who I am today with my work ethic and getting shit done.
So you're back at square one. A bachelor's of science grad that became a manager at a pet fish store. I could really go on and on, but I think you guys get the picture. We could just move on to the next example.
So you went to community college for a decade?
I know.
Hey, more Caleb.
My degree was in Chicano Studies and film.
It was what?
Chicano Studies.
Hold on.
I will never not reference her and her stupid degree, because literally, I hate that she actually went to college to get this.
Real white. So I don't know what Chicano is.
Really? What?
I'm from Michigan. I saw one Mexican my entire life until I moved to Texas.
You need to go to LA.
Shout out Caleb, fellow Michigan native.
Chicano, it's a culture. Mexican American.
And you got a degree in that?
Yes.
She's so proud of it too, is the thing. She doesn't realize how useless that money spent was. She doesn't realize, especially for that channel, it's a finance channel. Wasting money on a degree like that is not just for the vibes good thing, or looking into your culture. It's not, no. That's not what that's about. You can look into your culture, yes. Be aware, be, informed of your past, everything where your culture and where your background is aligned, follow that river, get down, figure out wherever you're from. That's cool. Don't go to college for it unless you know you can make money with it. She didn't know.
On purpose?
Yeah, I wanted to connect to my roots.
Cool. Go to cultural landmark
Yeah.
to read a book because
Yeah.
you're not getting a job in Mexican American studies.
But I could go back to school.
To do what? Fucking teach it?
We're just going to go straight to the comments for this one. The real scam is that college
Yeah,
offers this as
yeah.
an option. As ridiculous as it sounds, they wouldn't offer it if people didn't take it. As a Mexican American,
Yeah. That's the thing. People go to college. He makes such a good point there. He's like, oh, those colleges offer these things because people asked for it, or, they offered it up as a choice and enough people signed up and said, yeah, that sounds like a smart thing to do, they're offering it. It must make money, right? When in reality, it's the exact opposite. It makes the teacher money, the professor money. It makes the students in a lot of debt.
And I'm not wasting my higher education on my roots. I could literally just talk to my grandma if I wanted to know more, or read a book. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Wouldn't you just be able to talk to your own family about it? As a Mexican,
Yeah, unless your family moved and you're, not the next level, or you're a few down in that tree, and you're like, I have not much of connection, but I want to go back and connect a bit. Unless you have that, it's like, yeah, you might not know much.
from Mexico, living in Mexico, that degree is absolutely wild. Why is this even a degree? It took her 10 years to get a degree in her own culture.
That's the other one. She took 10 years to get that degree. I forgot about that. That's the thing. Those financial audits are like an hour and a half. Sometimes they're closer to 2 hours long now. And it doesn't even, there's some things that I forget from there. But yeah, taking her 10 years to get a degree in her own culture. I bet you the amount of things she learned could be done in a deep dive evening on fucking Google. Seriously, I don't know why this legally is allowed.
She probably doesn't even speak Spanish. There was a ton of comments like
She
that.
spoke enough.
I completely understand
She
how
spoke a
difficult
little.
this job market is and how college
But
kinda
she's
isn't
very
worth it for a lot
Americanized.
of people, especially with how expensive it's gotten compared to how low wages are for many careers right now. But when you start getting degrees like this, what am I supposed to say?
Today, I'm graduating
You played yourself. That's what you say.
from Columbia University with a degree in film.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
The same type of jobs you could get before you get a degree in film.
So you wasted your money, and you wasted your money. I don't know why you think he's doing this with a fucking smile on his face. You look fucking stupid.
You could produce, you could direct, you could PA, you could be a writer, you could profess.
Literally, all things you can learn with the internet nowadays. All things. The only things, like I say, you really need to go to college for are the super, heavy knowledge, specific topic items. Yeah, there's some things you can learn a lot about, but there's people on YouTube who will teach you that shit for free.
I want to be a showrunner. A TV showrunner is typically the executive producer / head writer of a series.
And they get that after being in that industry for a while. Usually you don't just jump out and become
What
that.
could you make in this field?
I don't know, like a couple 100,000 millions. I don't.
Yeah, but you're probably going to spend the first decade making pennies.
Yeah, if you're a showrunner, but it's like very few get to be showrunner.
Again,
Exactly.
It kinda seems like zero
Yeah, he's basically gambling for a job now.
research was done before you went to Columbia University. We've looked at it previously. It's around $60,000 to $70,000 a year to go to that school.
Meaning, if he's did all 4 years there, he's somewhere between $240,000 and $280,000 in
Get
debt.
a film degree that even he said wouldn't really open up too many doors. You'd get the same type of jobs you'd get without that degree. And I've talked about it a little bit with you guys. I guess I would say I used to be on a similar boat to him. I went to a community college instead of a 4-year school because honestly my grades were not good. I guess overall that was a blessing.
Yeah, I was one of the few groups, the few of that last generation who was looking at it and going, wait, everybody ahead of me, including both of my older brothers, went into college. Both of my brothers, they didn't even finish their degrees because they got, my oldest brother realized that the jobs for his degree that he could wind up getting with that degree, finishing it, he's like, oh, I don't really want to do those specific jobs. I have enough information now to go do what I want instead, which he did. But his job did not require the schooling he went to. My other brother is the exact same way. The schooling that he went for was graphic design, and now he paints cars. So it's like, yes, he's still in the at least art related, but he got his job through a family connection. So that's not necessarily a necessity for that, for, having that degree. They just were like, hey, can you do this? And he's like, maybe, let's try it. And he did a good job because he's an artist and has that fine attention to detail. And he did good.
In disguise, but I hopped around
He'd been doing that for a
until
while.
I landed on photography because I liked film, and that was the closest thing to it in my community college. But in the end, I did not want to make movies in California. I just like making YouTube videos, which, newsflash, you don't need to go to school for. And for so many professional photographers or professional filmmakers, they didn't go to school for it either. They just did it. A lot of networking, putting your stuff on social media, very good work, is the way that most people grind out a career in that niche. But we could go over to some of the comments. Wasted 4 years. Bro went to one of the best schools in the world, but he sounds like he has no idea what he's going to do. My daughter did TV production. Even her friends that got good jobs have all been laid off. The industry is so hard right now. So even if you are the real deal when it comes to this sort of work, you could still get laid off at a moment's notice. Another comment from you guys: when I graduated with my media studies degree, I realized quickly that it was for people with connections to get careers in film and radio. I had none. Fortunately, I graduated in 2014, so I was able to find a job in fast food and then retail immediately after graduating. I moved up to supervisor and then used a higher position to get another job, and now I'm a manager in event planning at a non-profit. There's always a way to pivot. You just can't be too picky on where you're going to start. But I will say that
she's probably using working at the non-profit potentially to pay off her loans easy. Yes, honey. I gotta let a cat out.
that is much different than what you were initially going to school for. And there are many people who are realizing it now and cannot handle it.
My name's Morgan. In 2006, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in Women and Gender Studies. Next year will mark 20 years since I graduated. It's been a long and windy journey, but I've come to the extremely challenging conclusion that my degree was a mistake.
No, really?
The best sense I can make now, the overarching story, is that I was very young and insecure, full of
and had
anxiety
big
when I got
dreams.
to college in 1999. I didn't feel power in myself.
Wow.
I was very shy.
She went to college when I was
looking
2.
for empowerment for myself, and college is not the place to be looking for that. College should be preparing people to find jobs.
And this is yet another one of the degrees that so many people joke about online. And because you're walking into these colleges or universities barely an adult, having to make choices and career paths that are supposed to be for the rest of your life, you could get roped into something that's just not worth it at all. And of course, it's
there's so many degrees that are worth next to nothing in the long run, or only a little more than a job you could have just gotten without college and just gone to a company and moved up to upper management at just by working your way in a little bit. Now, it doesn't even need to be a higher end of management. It can just be, middle.
Still sucks to realize that when you went in 1999, but imagine the difference right now doing it in 2025 with today's tuition cost. It makes the problem
Today's tuition costs and today's job market that's so much heavier, especially with the AI bubble
even worse with the student debt.
or AI boom.
Top
I'm
7
not sure
degrees with
what
the
to call
highest
it yet.
unemployment rate. Starting at number 7, we got computer science at 6.1%. A lot of companies scaled back entry-level hiring to focus on AI, and now these companies want entry-level people to have the skills of a senior while getting paid the salary of an intern. It's crazy. Number 6 is sociology at 6.7%. This one isn't really a surprise because if you don't have a specialty with this major, the market just doesn't favor you. Number 5 is fine arts at 7%. The bar to stand out in this major is pretty high. And unless you somehow blow up online, a lot of gigs just don't pay out well. Number 4 is graphic design at 7%.
Hey, there's my brother.
There are a lot of AI design tools out there, so the bar to enter into this field has lowered. And anytime there's new AI tools, companies think at least that they need less human labor. Number 3 is computer engineering at 7.5%. They're in a similar boat to the people in computer science. The tech job market just sucks right now. But trust, it will get better. Number 2 is physics at 7.8%. And this is one of the hardest.
Yeah, so with the computer science, computer engineering degrees, I think that will level back out, give it a couple years after AI kind of seeps out and isn't so in our face everywhere every new product has to have AI in its name.
Majors out there with so much math. But outside of academia or research labs, right now there isn't really much placement. Number one, and I don't think this is a surprise to most people because I think it's been pretty high up there. Coming in at 9.4%, we got anthropology.
So, I mean, almost half of what he went over is having some issues right now with AI. Not really too surprising when we look at the job market and how quick.
Well, also, the tech job market way overhired during COVID. They are just kind of readjusting their numbers back down to where they actually make sense. And sorry if it affects your life if you're in the tech space, but use your knowledge, use your experience in, maybe retool your resume, maybe add in some kind of other little course to add in a little certification into your degree to help boost your resume enough to leverage it to get a new job, a higher paying one maybe.
Quickly, it's advanced, and the comment section isn't much better. I'm studying computer science, graphic design. I just started computer engineering. So there's a lot of people currently getting those degrees while also knowing
there's
that it's
so
not
many
too good out there.
I am the perfect example of someone who went to college.
Went to college not using your degree. Well, let's hope she's not using other things.
Got their degree and never used
Even though she is,
bachelor's degree. My major was psychology, and
let's just be fair. She's got some good enough looks with the heavy makeup on to make it places. Certain places, you know what I mean.
I minored in education, and my plan was to be a school psychologist. I realized that most of these people hate their job. I was originally an art major.
Yeah, because working with kids is not all that it's cracked up to be. You have to have a lot of patience. You have to have a lot of understanding and be able to cut through the bullshit that kids spew.
But of course, there was no way that I was going to make money that way, so I did change my major to psychology. After I graduated, I still had the artistic itch, and I actually tried doing paint and sips for a while. I'm 25 now and still do not have a career. It's just so crazy to me that I made a decision straight out of high school to choose a career for the rest of my life by getting this degree, when in reality, at that time in my life, I really would have no idea what.
I really think more people would benefit from just taking some time off and just working a normal job between when they get out of high school to a year later. Try not to increase your lifestyle through it. Just maybe save up a bunch of money, stack it, live at home if you're able to, or go get a couple good roommates for a temporary time. And then after a year, choose to go off to college or choose to just enter the workforce fully. And, then you can increase a little lifestyle, inflate, and, actually get started with things. And I don't mean a lot of inflation lifestyle, just enough to be separated from parental figures, or, maybe if you find a relationship, maybe you can start that family connection if you're young enough and in love.
I want to do.
Same, I have a bachelor's in psych and I don't use it. I know I need a master's to pretty much do anything in psych, but I wish I would have majored in something else. Wish my bachelor's didn't go to waste. Don't worry, 90% of people with a psychology degree don't use it. Biggest scam in education. Well, you still put your time and money into it, so I'd be pretty mad. I have a bachelor's and 2 state certifications and don't use any. Straight out of high school, I went to university and graduated with my bachelor's degree in psych, took a gap year, and then went to grad school. Graduated last year, and now I'm a social worker and hate my job. Doesn't sound
like it was worth
like
it.
a great life to me. Me with my master's in school counseling. I do plan on using it one day though, just not as a school counselor.
You got a master's in the thing, and then you don't want to do the thing. I don't get these people. Like, how did you get through the full course, get to I have the degree, and now I don't want to use it thing in your brain? Like, I understand the people who got the degree, tried the job, realized, oh, this is not at all what I thought it would be. I hate this. And then you're like, what do? I need to pivot. I need to stop. I can't do this the rest of my life. Like, at that point, yeah, I give you some understanding, but if you got through it and then you never, even tried to get the job your degree was for, I can't help you.
Trying to figure out how to pivot with my degree. There's example after example like this. And then I just had to put this next clip in. We have some people that you almost can't help and have to let them make their own bad financial decisions.
You know what I've realized? Is the $80K that I'm in debt for college, I could have got the 2023 Ford Bronco that I wanted.
No. 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 No.
I don't care what anybody says, a college degree is useless.
OJ says no, you don't get a Bronco today.
I said what I said. Like, it's useless.
From 90% of people, I would agree. It is useless. You got a degree in something that will not help you in the slightest for your job. There are certain things college can do for you. It can get you the experience of interacting with more and more different people, people who have differing opinions than you, people who come from different backgrounds as you, people who come from all over, even other countries even, at times. And yeah, that's a great, great thing. However, you also meet people like this, like, the fuck is this? Like, she thought uploading this kind of a video was good? I could have bought that expensive car instead of my degree. Yeah, and then what happens if on day 2 of owning that car, someone in a shitbox that cost him $500 blasts into the side of you and your car's totaled and now you have this massive debt, and then the car you're underwater on because you chose to buy it brand new, and now you owe more than it's worth and you don't have the asset anymore. Like, oops.
You're telling me that I'm gonna apply to all these jobs, pay a shit ton of money for this piece of
I will give her the credit, though. She obviously works out, and she has a decent body, looks good. I give her the credit for that. By her outfit choice, she wanted to show it off a bit.
paper that's not even gonna work. If I get one more email that says, I'm sorry, we went with another candidate, we will keep you for other.
If you keep getting that, rework your resume. Add things in there. Cater your resumes to the job you want.
Job opportunities!
So I do understand what she's saying, and she's not wrong, but if her first thought with the money that she's currently in debt for is to go buy a very unreliable Ford Bronco, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm not trying to hate on it either. I like the way it looks, just like so many other people, but I do know it has some reliability issues, so the maintenance is going to be pretty expensive. But it just looks like if this person didn't go to college, this clip would be in my credit card debt video or the high car payments video. So hopefully my channel will help people make better financial decisions.
Let me know in the comments if you want us to react to more of his channel if you like the finance related content.
But I guess some people, you just have to let them do it. Another comment here, I think a lot of people just went to college because they thought it was the thing to do at the time. And they were told their entire life, you must go to college. Again, going back to my own experience, it's kind of similar. I didn't have the grades to go to a 4-year, so I went to community college, primarily because I was told by my high school teachers and my family that that's how you were going to be successful. It all eventually came crashing down when I knew I was wasting my time, so I decided to cut.
Yeah, I chose to take those years off. I could have gotten out of college or out of high school and gone into a community college for a couple years to kind of figure out again what I wanted to do. Because at one point I was like, oh, maybe I'll go into video game design because that's, you know, a big passion of mine. I love video games. But then I was like, you know, I probably won't ever get to make the game I want to because no studio is making a game like that because I don't know why. Maybe it's too complex, too big. Oh, and then, you know, I realized the IP is owned by fucking Disney, so yeah, there's almost zero chance I'd get to create what I want without them sticking their shit in it. So I was like, okay, well, let's try again, let's pivot, let's just go into the workforce, stack up some bread, and relax for a little bit. And I did that, and I enjoyed it for a little while. But then, now I'm at the point where I'm like, alright, I'm just happy I didn't go into a massive amount of debt. But we'll see what we can do from here on out.
My losses and drop out, but it does seem like a lot of people wanted the college experience and were just doing what they were told. Get ready with me for my morning class at University of Miami for my 7th consecutive night out in Miami. This clip was uploaded at the very beginning of the year, by the way, so this almost seems like a guaranteed story that college is not going to work out for this person. They want to party and have the experiences instead of actually getting their education, while simultaneously paying $63,000 for tuition for the University of Miami. That's 2020.
Yeah, if you wanted to just go to a city and go out partying every night, you don't need to go to college to do that. Did you know that? Did you know that? You can just tell your parents, hey, I want to move to another city. I'm packing my shit. Goodbye. And most of them will be like, oh, well, call us when you get there safely. We'll miss you, and hug you goodbye and say, all right, have fun. Like, most parents are going to be a little saddened, but they're going to understand that this is your time to step up and leave and go try to be your own person. And it's maybe if you don't be, you ignore the, yeah, I'm just going to be partying part of it, and you leave that out. Maybe you have a job that that you have set up down there, and you can kind of make it seem like you're going and you already have things in line. That makes parents feel better if they think you're already got things in line. I'd say just have a good savings and move down, find a good job real quick that pays you enough to live there, and then go do your partying and everything else, because you can do that. Most jobs, as long as you're showing up on time and doing the job correctly, they don't care what the fuck you do outside of work. Most of them.
25 figures. That sounds absolutely insane to me. You don't have to go out every night, even though it's a party school. School is the most important. Plus, every class you skip is like $200 wasted. School just started now. How are you skipping? That's exactly why I'm skipping now and not during exam season.
I hope she doesn't have any classes that, part of their final grade is based on them attending a certain amount of the classes, because some teachers will tell you that right at the beginning in their syllabuses. Some will just be like, this class is everything I have, I've also posted online. So for those of you who do not like to get up early or are a little busy, might have work, you can just get the stuff online, and these are the only important dates you have to show up to, and maybe you have a few days that are like in-class tests.
That doesn't seem too promising though. Why are we already skipping? Please take college seriously. I get that you're young, but going out daily, putting your attendance and grades at risk for a club, tuition is not a joke, like I just said, 60,000 plus, and academic suspension.
Yep.
Unfortunately, to me, this kind of seems like they're just on a path.
Even if you don't get the degree or don't finish, you still got to pay for it, because you signed on the dotted line and took out the debt. You take out the debt, you pay the debt.
To failure. Now we could go over to a video with someone talking about their monthly expenses, and you could see that one aspect of this clip is a little bit more expensive than the rest.
I am $205,000 in debt at the age of 24, and this
205
in monthly bills. So we're going to start out with my portion of rent. That's going to be $550.
Not terrible.
My phone is a prepaid phone, so that's only $50 a month.
Not bad, but it could be cheaper.
My car payment is $378.59.
That's
my private student loan payment is $2,373.35. My car insurance payment is $379.95.
And let's all guess, she didn't get a job with that degree. She is not working with the degree she took all the debt out for.
And my
and that car insurance is insane. She must live in Michigan or something.
federal student loan payment is $283.36.
So I mean, I would say the car insurance is pretty expensive, the same payment as the car note, but the student loans adding up to over $2,500 a month seems a little bit out of place compared to the other expenses, but there is a little bit.
At least knowing how expensive her student loan payment is, she's probably on a more traditional payment plan, so at least the interest won't eat her alive into a much higher 6 to 7 figure debt.
Of a part 2 to this video.
So this person wants to know how I'm $180,000 in college debt at the age of 24 and I've only obtained a bachelor's degree. So I have a 4-year Bachelor's of Science and Environmental Science degree from a public out-of-state university.
No.
And
Oh,
there you go. This
there
is a
we go.
very long explanation of a lot of bad decisions, but this person went to an out-of-state school, which increases the tuition even more, and now they're in $180,000 worth of debt, with interest making that worse every single day. But here's some of the comments. TLDR, a continuous stream
Yeah,
of
horrible decisions.
Out of state is the key.
The only reason you go to an out-of-state school is if it's literally the only thing you've ever dreamed of and you can cash flow it with working during the summer or having a rich family to back you up. Like, those are the only two reasons that you should ever go do something that stupid.
Word completely avoidable, by the way. Let this be a lesson to others. Don't go to out of state unless you or your parents can pay for it in cash. And it's an elite school that will get you a good return on your investment. Speaking of good ROI for your degree, we could take a look at a clip that's the exact opposite.
What are you studying?
I am studying creative writing.
Going to a private institution for a degree that...
No. I remember her too. The creative writing girl.
typically does not have the best return.
Let's just say, when she came back up on the follow-up, she was a little better.
On investment.
But I have a passion for this kind of writing.
But
so
is the degree required?
Yes,
Do you have a
maybe.
degree?
Yeah, I have a degree.
In?
Liberal math.
What can we get into?
I don't know. What can you get into?
I don't know. What can you get into? Hey, how about anybody who may be watching still who is about to enter college, if you haven't applied or like, I don't really know what I'm going to do, go look up the jobs that you are interested in, jobs that you maybe potentially would like to do, and just start ranking them. Give them a ranking of, I really want to do this. I'd like to do this second most, third most, fourth most, fifth most, and go up to, I'd say no more than 10. And then go find and figure out the paths of education or training that you'll need for each job. And then try to figure out, you don't have to get exact numbers, but estimates of the amount of money it'll take to get there. And then figure out the average amount that each of those jobs will pay. And then do the numbers and math of, okay, if it takes, let's just give an example, if the job I want will make me $100,000 a year, I'm using that for easy math, and then the degree it takes to get there will take 120,000, or all the schooling combined will be 120. You go, okay, so it's just a little over 1 year. If that's worth it to you to, maybe live a little bit more frugal those first few years, to maybe put a bit more towards the student loans to get, pay your debt back down, then yeah, or to whatever schooling you did, whatever money, debt-wise, etc. You know what I mean. For all that, you go and do that. It should be pretty easy. But you don't do something like this, and you go get a degree going, oh yeah, now what can I do with this? What am I going to do with this paper? I got the number thingy. I got the paper with the words on it.
Communications. It's a super basic art degree.
Okay, so
she could have done YouTube, how to draw with the tablet, how to draw these things, how to draw these things. Okay. Hey, look, you got a free degree.
Got it.
Or a free, not degree, but a free education.
Say the degree one more time.
I study Shakespeare.
Okay.
He's had so many of these guests and so many recent guests that are just out of the ordinary wild that I've forgotten some of these other ones. This lady was a more, outside of her wasted education and whatnot, she overall was kind of normal. She was not that insane.
Shakespeare, lovely guy. What are you going to do with that?
Well, that's such a complicated question.
No, it's not. It's a simple, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. Probably the only job I could see her doing is teaching more people the Shakespeare degree.
This is where you just have to say, we come from different worlds. You're not going to understand this.
What do you mean?
You won't understand like the precarity and why it's really all right.
What do you mean though?
Like your reaction there was like, oh,
I studied music composition in college. I was in the College of
Yep.
Art School of
Yep.
Music.
Caleb, the finance guy here, he'll be the first to tell you, I went and got a useless degree. I didn't need the degree to do what I do today, or to even do what he did out of college. He was making more money with his own composition stuff than his own professors were. It's like he was actually, he just wasn't making enough to satisfy his life, so he had to shift his path and be like, all right, I'll go into sales. All right, I'll go and do this. All right, hey, look, YouTube worked out. And then, that happened to him, and it's like, that's great. However, I'm happy he gets to have the conversations with people to tell them, you're working towards a useless degree going down my path.
The job. And you didn't know what to say.
So I have a lot of experience working at writing centers.
Okay.
So I could be that.
This isn't even all the examples from
a writing center that doesn't write anything Shakespeare.
From the financial audit, there are many more, but it seems like this could be one of the poor choices that could snowball into you getting on this show. And speaking of poor choices, this type of video has come.
If you wind up on the show, your situation is most likely absolutely fucked. Because they only take the worst of the worst finances, or people who have really good stories and tea that they pitch to Lindsay, their producer, because or their casting producer. She's great. I don't know where she finds some of these people or anything like that, but I love it.
Pretty often on my videos recently, somebody trying to get their money back, committing fraud when they got kicked out of school.
Paying over $10,000 for tuition, you move into your dorm and you get kicked out 2 days later. You pay your tuition of $10,702 in full. You unpacked, moved into your dorm, you decorated, you ready to start your classes for your business major. Be 2 weeks into it, you are now saying that these transactions related to your tuition are fraudulent. You're saying you don't know what these transactions are for. You say that you aren't enrolled at this school. You're saying that you've never applied.
Committing fraud to try to get your money back. This will go well.
Saying that you go to a community college. We reach out to the business and records office and they say, yes, this person is enrolled, but unfortunately they are no longer taking classes here. I let them know it looks like the student is saying that these are fraudulent transactions and they don't know what's going on. They say we can go ahead and we can submit the paperwork for you, but it does look like there's some academic notes that are here. So give me a couple minutes. I'm going to reach out to that office. The academics office lets the business office know that, yes, the student is enrolled, but unfortunately, they are no longer going to be a student here. All three of his professors flagged his first 2 assignments in his research classes as being 100 AI-generated plagiarism.
AI-generated plagiarism.
Didn't sum it up. Didn't put in his own words.
Don't AI generate your assignments. Don't do that.
Said 100% AI generated plagiarism. His enrollment was terminated for academic dishonesty. He had until 5 o'clock to vacate the campus. The school said they don't give refunds for violation.
So not only did you...
What a dumbass. That's my basic comment to sum it up. What a dumbass.
Think you were going to get away with just 100% AI. Don't even reword it to possibly get away with any of these assignments. You then file a chargeback saying that it wasn't you. This was all made up. I just want my money back. I mean, you can't really make these stories up. But
even if you don't get the degree, you started the process, you gotta pay for it.
When we're talking about people who just turned 18, just became adults, and now they're going to a big college or university and they don't really know what to do, a lot of people would say that you should be going to a college advisor. They're the one that's going to help you out, put you on the path to success, until you start seeing a lot of videos, comments, and experiences saying the exact opposite.
So I'm looking at the classes you took last semester, and you actually weren't supposed to take any of those. I told you to take them? I don't think so.
Oh my. Yeah, at this point you just look at what, you're at your school. Maybe you go to a job and you're like, hey, I want to work here. What education would I need to get the certain job here, or a job like this one here? And then if they tell you need this, well, go learn all that. And then even if you might not have the full degree, take that to the certain job places like that, or that exact one you went to, and be like, hey, I've got all this education now. I know what to do. Can I get a job here? And maybe they'll give it to you.
I know most people go to college for around 4 years, but what do you think about doing it in 6? All right, what was your name again? Let me look up your schedule. Yeah, you still need to take about 14 gen eds. You already took like 9? I don't think so. Okay, what about your major classes? What major are you? Oh, that's right, business. All right, you need to take Business 101, 102. Yeah, these are all full. I'm sorry. You're saying I told you to meet me right now so we could get ahead of it and make sure you got into all the classes and they weren't full? I don't recall that. Okay, on the bright side though, I am seeing there are a lot of prerequisites that
I would highly recommend anybody dealing with colleges and stuff, so you can literally have evidence to prove people wrong. Record your conversations. Record them. Bring them up and then bring them back as evidence. So either A, you can get people who are, you know, this guy's obviously having a satire thing here, but he's, you know, if you find someone who is like this, yeah, you can either A, get them fired out of their position, or B, show them, hey, you're being a narcissist and you need to stop thinking your shit don't stink and you're right. You're wrong here. You fucked up and now you need to help me fix it without it costing me an extra 60 grand for another year of tuition.
don't really have anything to do with business, but at least they'll fill up your schedule. So are you okay if I like fill up your schedule with all those for next semester? I'm sorry, those are actually those are full too. Why didn't you come see me earlier? I told you to meet me at this time. I don't think I would have. I think this is your fault. I'm sorry. This is definitely your fault. Yeah, dude, just figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. This isn't really my job, so just get
What?
Step 1, talk to an advisor. Step 2, ignore the advisor. Run degree audit to find what classes you actually need. Register for those classes. Step 3, repeat for every semester until graduation.
That seems like a much better plan. Success question marks is definitely the last step,
I
though.
swear my advisor is a pathological liar. With almost 250,000 likes on that comment, college
That's
advisors
insane.
are just certified gaslighters. It's actually very concerning why they do this. To me, it kind of sounds like it's just a way for the colleges to make even more money off of you. You're taking extra classes that you don't need or going for extra years, like they said 6 years instead of 4. You're still going to be paying tuition
Nobody needs a liberal arts degree.
prices to get the same degree that you wanted in the first place. You're just going to make the college, which overall is still a business, even more money. Another comment
Yep.
from one of you guys. I got a boring accounting degree. I'm employed full-time and permanent in a boring industry. Healthcare. Goes pretty well with the comment earlier in the video. Do what you're good at, not your passion. Take the money that you
Take the safe route. It usually is more boring. It'll at least get you to make it. You might not be the happiest, but do what makes you happy in your free time.
make from what you're good at and put it into your passion as a hobby. Now, I know this video is pretty depressing, so I wanted to end it on a good note.
Today I'm graduating from Columbia University with my PhD in mechanical engineering.
How did you get into this?
I loved robots and I watched Iron Man when I was in 8th grade.
Bingo!
What can you get when you graduate?
A whole ton, different types actually, from
I mean, especially with the rise of AI, her job with mechanical engineering, she might be programming the robots that are going to jerk you off later, guys.
PhD, you could go into academia, you could go into industry. I am going into industry.
What's industry?
Essentially working as an engineer or working in consulting, which I am going to be doing hopefully soon.
How much could you make in this field?
There are many ranges. Not particularly sure, honestly. Best thing Columbia
Yeah.
has given me.
She's fair with saying that. I mean, like, the bottom minimum floor, 60, 80, the top, $250,000, like, maybe more, depends on what company you find. Maybe you get really lucky and you get something really high level at some big tech company.
These great friends. I have a great support system, great network that I kind of can survive in anything. Yeah.
Finally, a normal graduate from Columbia, because there are a lot
She gets one of these. Yay! We're happy for people too. We can appreciate people on this channel.
of examples online of people getting creative writing, acting. We saw the film degree earlier, an actual useful degree. This woman will go far. PhD in mechanical engineering is not easy to do, very well done. She's actually going to be making money, good for her. So I mean, overall, I would say if you are looking at a 4-year university, please do a lot more research than most of the people.
If you're doing a 4-year, stay in state. If your state doesn't really have any good 4 years, go get those first 2 years at the community college out of the way, get all your gen eds done, and then just go focus on the only things you need for your degree in your college that you'll go to. Sit down with those financial advisors, or with the college advisors. Sit down with financial planning and get everything set to make sure you're not going to be $250,000 in debt for a job that makes $50K.
Have that we've seen in this video, because this could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of your time just to be able to put yourself back on the right path. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping.
Yeah, that was a fantastic video. I love all the different conversations related to student loan debt, different people getting educations or failing to get educations is also sometimes fun stories. And then, you know, what people did, they went to college and, oh, what'd you do? You spent half the time partying. Oh, but it was a party school. Who gives a shit? If you were like, oh, I'm going to a party school to party, well, guess what? You could have just moved to that city, not spent 60 grand a year, or 60 grand a semester even, at a college, going and just spending. Oh, now you have a ton of debt that the only way away from that debt is death. Like, student loan debt is absolute death. The only way to avoid it is death. You can't go into bankruptcy and just have it fall off. You can't get it consolidated, knocked down. There's nothing you can do about it. It'll just stay there. And if it's, you know, a private loan and you got a high interest rate, then you're screwed. Like, figure out ways to get scholarships. Figure out ways to get, you know, save up money by working over the summer or working during the school year, being a bit more on the frugal end of things. Figure out ways to save money. See if you can get approved for any government assistance. You know, you're a student, you might get some food stamps money. It might not cover everything, but utilize what you can. Maybe you'll have friends and family send you a care package and help you out. You know, they'll get you snacks and whatnot. But that was a great video, and I'm going to end it here because this video is getting on the longer side. Zach Ricos, smash the like button, get subscribed. Fantastic channel. We'll definitely be watching more of his stuff in the future. And anyways, I'll see you in the next one.